Today I'm going to show you how to use the needles in partial knitting position. This is a way of holding the stitches in certain areas and knitting others. So what first of all I'm going to do is move the needles that I want to select into E position. Now E position is on the end of the base of your knitting machine. Okay, so I'm going to move all these stitches in here, making sure that my needles or my yarn's not going to come off the needles. It's difficult to do with one hand. There we go. Okay, you can use a ruler or a needle selector just to line them all up. Then you need to go to the carriage and press in the 1 eye buttons. Okay, so then take the carriage across, and you can see here that these ones have been knitted and these ones haven't. These currently have a float going over and they're not being knitted. That float will then be taken back and then one's again knitted. Keep going. Okay, so as you can see here, the knit is starting to ruck up because there are more rows on this side of the knitting. Okay, so now to take them back, pull the needles back in to D position. Until the carriage is over. What you will find as this hole may appear, this is because you've got all these extra stitches in the same gap as you've got the 1 or 2 stitches here. If you want to carry on knitting as normal now, you can depress in the stitches and the buttons. Just a measure of warning, if you decide to put the needles in position where the carriage is still on the right, so it will be the first stitches that they see, you will then get one float. So to counteract this, what you need to do is make sure that your carriage is on the other side. With this machine, you can do that by pressing in the empty buttons, both empty buttons, and take the carriage across. This will not knit any stitches at all. Then you can start to select the needles that you want and not have a float.